Hi, Gina.
Hi, Ione. Hi, everyone. I'm Gina, the senior editor of Polyester.
And I'm Ione, the founding editor-in-chief of Polyester, and this is the Polyester Podcast, a feminist pop culture podcast dissecting the discourse on a weekly basis.
Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe, and review. And if you haven't yet...
Why? What's wrong? Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
Why laughing? Stop it.
You're laughing!
No, only you.
Please make sure to like, rate, subscribe, and review. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to our membership platform for exclusive podcast-centered perks. We're offering exclusive video episodes, secret mini-episodes, and even episodes centered on what you want us to talk about across different tier options. Go check it out at the link in our description. Do you have any reviews, Ione?
We do, but before, we have a print scene out.
Whoa. Tell us about it, Ione.
Well, I can't say too much because if you're listening to this on Monday, then loads of it hasn't been announced, including the cover, but maybe you're listening a bit later and it has. But either way, you should go get a copy, and if you're a girly member or up, you get a free one.
You do get a free one, and you'll get an email about that.
And if you're in New York on Thursday, we're having a party at Susan Alexandra's shop.
At
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Till 9 p.m. Don't be late.
Don't be late, because otherwise you won't see us in person. We're going to be there.
Anyway.
What's our reviews?
5 stars from Masha in Poland. I love the girly banter, giggles, and brilliant insights into the culture and society. Greetings from Poland.
Thank you, Masha.
Which is lovely. And then Amy Brennan on Spotify says, thank you so much for the corned beef pasty visibility.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And Penelope says, oh my god, I love the Beanie Baby movie. Taste. So what were we talking about?
The Gen Z stare.
The Gen Z stare. So
I was going to stare at you, but we're not recording a video at all, so it would have made no sense.
Yeah, this is quite a bad one for doing a podcast because we can't actually show what we mean.
If you're in the WhatsApp chat, I'll send you a video of me doing it.
It's basically like, you know, when someone stares at you and it's like they're staring through your soul.
Yeah, and you've asked them a question
and they're shit on their shoe.
You've asked them a question and they're not answering it.
Yeah.
They're
happens to me all the time.
Happens to me all the time.
What do we have in common?
We're old.
I was going to say we work at the same place.
Oh, I just think we're past it.
We're not past it.
We're over the hill. We're asking stupid questions.
So, Lydia Patrick wrote an article for Newsweek breaking it down, which I will tell you about. She says, a growing generational divide is playing out on TikTok where the so-called Gen Z stare is fueling debate over manners and communication, particularly in customer service settings. The viral trend, typically described as an emotionless, blank gaze that Gen Z allegedly gives during everyday social interactions, has drawn both criticism and spirited defense. While some argue it is rude or disorientating, others say it reflects deeper shifts in how young people relate to the world around them. So, one of the people that sparked the discourse is a millennial TikTok user called Riley Despot, who's 30. She's a small business owner from Idaho, and she had an awkward encounter with her daughter's Gen Z golf instructor. Wow. Why are you Gen Z and know how to play golf? No offense.
Why have your daughter got a Gen Z golf instructor?
No, I know. It's just rich all around So anyway. Despot said that when she approached this coach to thank her, she was met with a completely blank, expressionless look. When she followed up to ask about payment, the young woman offered only a brief response. Well, I don't have my phone, so I guess you can just text me. The mum told Newsweek that you can't generalise about an entire generation, but she finds intergenerational differences interesting to observe, having studied psychology and sociology at college. Looking back on the actual situation, I don't think the golf instructor had rude or malicious intentions. However, it came across that way. The conversation was just so awkward. I also walked away wondering if I'd done something wrong. And Zach tried this out on Charlotte, and they're both Gen Z, in our office yesterday. And what happened?
It caused
rupture in the office.
Chaos in the courtroom, silence in the streets. She did a role play. We're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'd like to book a Pilates lesson.
It's full.
But I want to book it.
There's no spaces.
Can I please just book on?
I just said it's full.
Let me book on.
No.
You're not doing the stare. You're replying. You're just arguing with me. But so you don't reply. You just silently stare.
Oh, sorry. Well, there
Okay,
you
can
go.
you try and book on my Pilates class?
I'd love to come to the Pilates class at 10 o'clock.
I'm really, really sorry, but it's full.
Can you not just squeeze me in?
No.
Hello? So, there's lots of reasons why people think that this is happening. People are comparing it to the millennial pause, which I still don't know what the millennial pause
No, but
is.
that makes no fucking sense.
Why?
Because the millennial pause is that when you record a video, so like I record a video that's selfie facing, it means that I take a pause to make sure it's recording before I start speaking.
Yeah.
Whereas not Americans.
Americans.
Whereas Gen Z are so native to tech and trust that it's going to work. Like they'll hit record and immediately start speaking because they know it'll catch it. Whereas we're used to like older technology where you kind of like had to wait a minute for it to like start doing what it was doing. So the millennial pause is that like pause at the start of a video that you're recording, which has absolutely fucking nothing in common
with being a rude little cunt.
With your workplace fucking demeanour.
I don't think it's even just in the work, it's like everywhere.
This one's mainly about being in the work.
Well, yeah,
but they do all do it everywhere.
A lot of these centre around like customer service interactions, and I will say I feel like customer service is the last place I've noticed this in.
No, I think customer service has gone downhill.
Fuck's sake. I don't think
I used to be treated like royalty. Maybe it's my age though, you know, like how people are like, you become invisible.
We're over the hill, yeah. You turn 30 and people stop being nice to you in a restaurant.
You know, like on like Gokwan's Fashion Fix, and then she'd be like, I just became invisible, I miss being a young woman. He's like, what if you wore a red vest?
Yeah. So people are saying it's like in a shop, like if you went up to a bar and were like, oh, can I have a Cosmo? The bartender would just stare at you.
They'd be like, we don't do cocktails.
No, apparently it's not even that. Apparently even if they have what you want, they just stare at you and start doing it. They don't say like, yeah, sure.
Oh, I hate it.
And then so no, we'll get to that after the break actually. But Gen Z are not taking it well. They don't like the criticism.
Nobody likes being criticised.
They dish it out, but they can't take it.
Fair enough, though. Nobody likes being criticised.
That's true, yeah.
And also, can I just say, I was reading through it and I was like, this is such like a nothing thing for anyone to care about. What, young people are rude? Never heard that before.
Well, it's just like the new it's the new generational wars because the internet's obsessed with generations.
Well, yeah, and just being like, those young people in their job, they were rude to me.
No, the Gen Z stare is so real. Sorry,
I know it's real, but I think that like every generation has a way of just being rude in their job.
I don't think millennials are that rude.
Of course they are. They're little sarcastic little bitches.
Some of them, yeah.
You've not destroyed the halls of the H&Ms that I've worked in.
I'm not rude. And I was lovely when I worked at Marks and Spencer.
Well, I was a sarcastic little bitch because...
Yeah, because you're also a sarcastic little bitch. Like, you have... like, I would say you have really good manners in general, and I'd say you're really kind, yeah?
Yeah.
But I would say you're more quick to turn, like, if a situation's not going your way, do you know what I mean?
I'm also, my sense of humour, and I've had this a lot, is really dry, and it doesn't always translate.
Fuck's sake. Okay, Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer, you absolute git.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out another comedian with a dry sense of humour.
You think Amy Schumer's got a dry sense of humour?
I don't know.
She's like tapping her belly going, boom, fatty. She's not exactly a fucking sarcastic legend. She's the most blatant looking fucking humour I've ever seen.
Okay, okay,
like,
Amelia de Moldenberg, there you go.
Thank you. Yeah, me and Amelia got it down low.
No, but I think that, like, for example, like, if we're at a bar, yeah, and a waiter maybe isn't really nice to you, you're more likely to straight away go back going like, or like be a bit bolshy. Back in my day, it was called bolshy.
Be bolshy? What you mean? Like
just
dish it back?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas,
Okay,
I feel like I hold my tongue a bit more and like...
Do you fuck? Actually, sorry, I'm not having that for any moment of my life. You're the first person to be like, don't you think that was really rude?
Yeah, I'm passive-aggressive about it. I'll say it to you, whereas you'll say it to, like, the server.
Okay, fine, yeah, nice. I'm happy with that. So, right, I'm aggressive, you're passive-aggressive, and Gen Z are just what?
Cunts. No, I'm joking. Look, I know many
I think they've got... It's a passiveness that's annoying.
No, I think it's not even... It is passive, but I feel like passive indicates that, like, there's still feeling.
Well, I think there's apathy to it.
Yeah, I think it's apathetic, not passive.
I think they're related.
Well, apathy's more just like, I don't give a shit about anything, whereas passive is like, I give a shit, but I'm going to be smarmy about it.
All right, okay.
Probably wrong. Someone's going to say, oh, he's got that wrong, but that's my understanding.
But yeah, I think that this is kind of like what Gen Z people are saying to defend themselves as well. They're like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, why should I give a fuck about in these settings? But also, like, due to the state of the world.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the research, though, the argument is like, well, people that are working service jobs. But let me just say, I just don't think this is just applicable to service jobs. Like, I've had so many anecdotal conversations with people that like work in different businesses, run different businesses, and it's all anecdotal. That be like my Gen Z co-workers / people I hire are little twats. They don't do any work. They've got bad attitudes.
I'm not saying enough.
I'm not saying that's the case for us. We hire some lovely Gen Zers.
Yeah, and they work hard and they're lovely and communicative.
Yeah, but across the board, it seems that there is an issue with Gen Z in the workforce. They are under-socialised as well because of COVID, which is also what they blame it on, which I think is... Anyway, let me go back to the original point.
Yeah.
So, loads of people are being like, yeah, but service work is shit, so why should I be nice about it? And I understand. Like, obviously, no one's like some people love to work in hospitality and think it's great, but a lot of people are there as a means to an end, and they shouldn't be expected to be like happy, nice, and like on all the time. But B,
I think you are as part of the job.
no, I don't think you do necessarily have to be like, we I think especially in the UK,
Yeah.
we don't expect like American levels of service.
No,
like,
I don't.
We don't
I guess
expect people
that's
to be like, hey, how are you?
That's
Like,
where I'm coming from.
I don't
like,
want to talk to people
my
like...
standards are lower.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our standards are lower. Like, I just expect politeness,
Yeah.
quickness.
Yeah.
They're the two things I expect. Like, I don't want a conversation.
But
I don't
a Gen
want to
Z
know...
steer isn't polite.
No, and this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, jobs are bad, and you don't necessarily have to be like super Americanized in your service. But I think being nice and polite in all your interactions in daily life makes your life a bit easier.
Yeah, it goes
That's
two
more
ways.
effort to be rude than to just be normal, civil and cordial in like service or like small interactions in your day-to-day life, like talking to a bus driver, talking to an Uber driver, like getting a coffee. It's more effort to be horrible than it is just to be normal.
I guess the issue is that Gen Z don't see the stare as being horrible.
What do they see it as?
Just like staring, I guess. Like they're not trying to do it to be rude, are they? I think they're doing it just to be like, I don't care.
But that is rude. It's rude not to care. That's just my opinion. So another side of this coin is that like psychotherapists and some Gen Zers who are kind of like rebutting the Gen Z stare are saying it's because they're overwhelmed. So a senior psychotherapist called Darren Benassi said, I see the stare as a physical, visible manifestation of internal overwhelm. Gen Z grew up with asynchronous, digital communication where you have time to craft responses. Real-time face-to-face interaction can trigger a sort of cognitive traffic jam where their brains need extra seconds to process unexpected social demands. I think, like, even if that's true, we shouldn't pander to it. Like, I think there should obviously be, allowances for, like, neurodivergent people that experience things differently. Like, it's not about the fact that there's, like, a delayed response, in my opinion. It's the fact that the stare is a mean stare. You can stare in a nice way.
Please stare at me in a nice way.
Like a little smile or something. Like, if you're processing something, you can even make a face that's just like,
But I also don't think, like, that's trying to, like, just put Gen Z in this bubble where they're, like, only having all the interactions online. But we're not in Wally. Like, you are going out in the world. You are going to school to begin with. Like, that's the first
Well, no,
place
this is
where
what
you
I'm saying. I
socialise.
feel like lots of people treat Gen Z with kid gloves.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, they do go to school to socialise. They have those skills there. Probably got siblings. I'm sure you've been to the supermarket.
And with that,
Let's
we'll
take
have a break.
We're back from the break. Hello.
So let me just bring the second thing into the fold of why we decided to do this episode. Because last week on Twitter, there was a big furore. Apparently Gen Z don't say hello when they pick up the phone.
Crazy.
I know, it's bananas.
But I just, I think it just becomes that thing where you're like, oh, you know those viral videos where they put like a bit of cardboard between like a dad and a kid and they like answer the phone, and like the dad does it where it's like a finger, a pinky and a thumb, and the kid just holds up their hand because they think it's an iPhone.
No, I've never seen one of them.
I'm deep in reels.
Yeah, you love reels. So this is an article by Katie Notopoulos in Business Insider. Gen Z doesn't want to say hello when answering the phone. I'm concerned. She says.
I only be like...
When you answer the phone, do you say hello or offer some sort of greeting right away? Or do you expect the caller to initiate conversations? If you're over the age of 28, my guess is you're confused by this question. Of course you say hello when picking up the phone. But Gen Z, a generation raised in a post-landline universe, may disagree. They expect you, the person calling, to speak first. It then goes on to explain about the viral tweet and how, loads of stuff. Basically, loads of Gen Z people are saying, no, I don't say hello. And Zach said that. Zakia, who does a podcast
Zakia.
Research, our fellow, she said she doesn't say hello.
She's 21.
If it's an unknown number.
She said that she knows that they know that... What did she say? She's like, they know I've answered because it stopped ringing.
Which is so bananas as a response.
But I guess that, again, maybe it just comes down to tech. Like, we're used to tech that was a bit shit and it would connect, but it wouldn't also necessarily mean that you could hear the other person or like you knew the other person was there. So we always were just used to be like, hello.
But even still, right? And also, if I ever like encounter this situation with a Gen Z, they're going to think I'm absolutely insane. So like if anyone calls me and they don't say hello straight away, I go, hello, 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 over and over again until they say something.
Because it's old as time.
What?
I just breathe down the phone like this.
No. But but I want to know, like, they could have pocket called, like, it could be my mum and she's pocket called me, or it could be like
You know that number. You've got to say.
No, I know, but I mean, if anyone calls me and they don't say hello first, I'm going, hello, 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 are you there? Hello.
Yeah, and they're laughing at you. The Gen Zs are...
I don't think my mum's laughing at me, actually.
I don't think your mum's Gen Z, actually.
Yeah, they're going to think I'm mad. And then secondarily, loads of Gen Z and other people are saying, oh, it's because of like spam calls and scammers. And if you say hello, it means they're getting a record that your phone number's active.
Or a recording of your voice.
Well, I don't give a fuck. Like,
no, I don't want anyone to have a recording of my voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck what I do.
Exactly, we're absolutely fucked if that's going to be a way to get you scammed.
Oh, I bet someone's AI and podcasts to us.
If you get any calls that are from me or Gina, don't believe it. Email us first.
Hey, love, how are you doing? Would you like to set up an EE account? No, that's not funny, actually. The EE warehouse is in Merthyr Tydfil. Support centre, I remember.
But yeah, why do you care? Like, I understand spam calls are really annoying, but I actually feel like you can't really circumvent them by anything these days.
Surely answering the phone shows that the line's active.
Exactly. Thank you. It's a warped logic and it doesn't work.
But also, yeah, I guess they're giving themselves the beat to be like, if they start speaking as a robot, I can just hang up. Whereas, like, if they start speaking as a person, then I know to speak back.
But most of the time, because I answer all my spam calls and say hello, just in case it's from like a work thing, and usually there's a delay on their end, and then you can hear them play a recording of like hello, and then you just hang up.
Wasn't the whole thing that Gen Z don't answer phone calls?
No, I think that was us. That was like one of the tweets. It was like, oh, millennials complaining that Gen Z don't answer the phone, coming from the generation that won't even book their own doctor's appointment.
Fuck off, man. I book all my doctor's appointments.
Yeah, same.
I love phoning up. But I guess
and
it's
they're
just
going to
like
be worse at it because they're used to booking everything through the internet.
But also what I think is that it's just this thing of like the people who are most awkward is presented as the people who are the front line of the generation, which is what happened with millennials. And being like, they won't call to do their own fucking phone appointments. And the reason that became the forefront is because those people were tweeting about it like everyone's at it. And then it got like 1 million fucking retweets. And then it turned into a meme over like a picture of a duck.
Another thing that I thought was real bullshit about the real bullshit.
That was some real bullshit. Go on, Ione. What was the real bullshit?
Is that everything in this research about the Gen Z stare, it was like, it's because Gen Z have like a desire for authenticity and are like skeptics and like, don't want to come show up non-authentically into places. Same thing with millennials. Everything was about authenticity, like at the start of Instagram, like 10 years ago, like, do you know what I mean? B, it's not inauthentic to be polite to someone. It's not.
It's rude.
No. What? It's rude not to be polite to someone.
Yeah. I think that's like the base level of what we all owe each other is kindness.
Okay, ITV Love Island awareness campaign.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean it. Look how many fucking horrible things have happened to people who haven't received kindness.
That's true. That's very, very true.
And you don't know how, like, you being nice as someone on that day can give them the best like a really good day when they're having a shit day.
That's true.
And you don't know how you being rude to someone on that day
can make their day really, really
can
shit
make
and
their
ruin
day
their day.
Yeah,
Tip
can
them
really
over the
ruin their
edge,
day.
make them cry.
And then what? You're gonna call your mum to complain, but you're gonna laugh at her for saying hello when she answers the phone.
We've proper drunk the Kool-Aid of hating Gen Zs this episode. I feel like
you know
we're more
what, though?
balanced.
This is what my brain is saying to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the start of Gen Z getting shit from Gen Alpha.
No, so the other interesting thing that I found in this research was that basically Gen Z are going to be the most like divided from elder to young Gen Z ever because of when they hit COVID. So like elder Gen Zs were like out of high school in their degrees already. Like, yeah, they had their uni experience disrupted by COVID and like online learning, but they're
all having secret fucking house parties.
Yeah, exactly, I guess. But like they'd already done a lot of their socializing, whereas younger Gen Z literally like missed their GCSEs, missed like teenagehood in school, which like I'd be so happy if that was me. Like, oh my god, I'd be so happy to have missed secondary school, but it's fucked them up because they don't know how to behave, apparently.
Even the kids don't know how to behave.
But
the
again,
baby ones.
What? How baby?
All of them. Well, apart from like 5 years old.
I actually don't really think this is true because like, I think COVID was really bad, yeah? Like terrible, famously, not good times. I think every generation was affected by it in different ways.
Yeah, there's a whole generation of dead grandparents.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and there's a whole generation of grandparents that are dead, like, that had their lives cut short.
That's what I just said.
I always said with dead grandparents. Sorry.
A generation of dead grandparents. Yeah, grandparents who are dead.
Shut up. I thought you meant people who have
dead
grandparents.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And like people, everyone had it bad basically. Like for us, for example, 26 going into it, like as our careers were starting to take off or whatever, then suddenly there was no work. Like you can point out anything in any micro generation or like year of when people experienced COVID to it being bad. Like maybe it was that like, I don't know, so many different things. And I just don't think it gives them a hall pass more than anyone else.
Well, I think it does because it's a very developmental
Catch
age.
up. Sorry. Literally catch up. I just learn how to be a person.
Because, like, you know, when they find those, like, wilderness babies and you're stood in the hospital going, grow up.
It's not the same thing.
It kind of is.
No, it's not. It's literally not. Like,
I just really wasn't expecting you to say catch up.
I think everyone had a bad time. Like,
Yeah, everyone had a bad time, but some of us were adults and some of us were kids. So it's so shit to be a kid in that situation.
It's also shit to be an adult in that situation.
Yeah, it is, but at least you have the fucking cognizance to fucking deal with it.
In a way.
But you're developmentally stunted. I'm not developmentally stunted from COVID because I was an adult.
Well, okay, if these kids are actually like scientifically developmentally stunted, they should be receiving support for that.
Yeah, I think they
To
should
catch up.
enroll them in some courses.
Well, exactly. No, that's literally saying in this research that companies are having to send Gen Z employees 2 courses on how to socialize and how to like make small talk.
Yeah, that's surprising to me.
That's the right conclusion.
Send them all away. Off to the island.
I'm too deep in the Handmaid's Tale for this.
Off to the island.
Off to the what's it called in Handmaid's Tale? You're not watching it.
Gilead.
No, is it the colonies that they send?
Oh yeah, the colonies. But no, this is the beginning. All the Gen Alphas are going to start ripping the piss out of Gen Z soon. You know, like how there was that big chunk where Gen Zs were just doing it loads for millennials, and then they started coveting it. Gen Alphas are going to do that to Gen Z.
Well, they deserve it.
And this is the start of like Gen Z being like, "Fuck, we're getting shit," and trying to like really pathologize it, and then it's gonna just. I'm excited to watch it play out. I'm hands off with this situation.
No, I do think like overall though, you're right. At your very initial point where you said young people are always just like shits when they have to work in like service jobs. I mean, it's literally a trope amongst every piece of like TV, film, everything.
Yeah, I've seen Clerks. Right, cool.
Yeah, exactly. But it is also, I guess now we can see like the reaction to that stereotype by young people play out in real time.
Yeah, but your turn now.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I guess. But I think like if we're looking at a sociological thing, like I do feel if you're not equipped with those tools because of a major world disruption that happened, that is shit. Because we were just rude for the hell of it.
No, I agree. I agree with that. And also in this research, it says that like in Europe, the most like unhappy demographic of people are 18 to 24-year-old women, which is unsurprising, but also equally depressing. Like, I think obviously I've just spent half an hour like ripping into it, but young people are unhappy for a reason.
Yeah,
and like there's loads of like systemic issues that need to be addressed to stop that, like education inequality, wealth inequality, like rising rents, like lack of prospects. It was saying in the research as well that basically the amount of startup jobs has really shrunk, which I think like we have seen as well hiring for our fellowship, like the amount of people that also, and it's not even just startup jobs, it's like progression in jobs, like people that are basically doing startup or like graduate course after startup and graduate course, like really educated people that are just stuck in this loop of doing like entry level positions because there's no job progression in creative industries, and obviously that's really fucked up. But these are all things that can be addressed, and do you know how they don't get addressed? By staring at people rudely.
Fuck's sake. I thought you were going to be like, by this Labour government.
Oh, and the Labour government, yeah, sure.
Poor unfortunate souls, I guess.
That sounded really dismissive.
In pain.
No, Gina, that's really dismissive.
No, I've said I do feel bad, sorry.
Okay. Well, thanks
I
for that.
guess the thing is that like being rude used to be like you'd have a snarky response.
Gina's like, it's all right to be a prick if you do it the way I do, which is funny.
Yeah. No, but it is. No. It is better if you're being funny.
If you're a prick with wit.
Prick with wit, a prick with charisma, a prick with a bit of like razzle dazzle about though. Staring like a little rabbit in headlights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. But yeah, I think it is the worst time to be a young person, so steer away.
Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse. Like, I think every generation, well, apart from like war.
There will be war.
There will be war, but as in like, I think since our...
Did there ever stop being war?
Oh no, there
Didn't
didn't.
they say?
Come on, G. Let's wrap this up. Thank you so much for this episode.
Who?
You.
Oh, thank you, Ione.
Thank
For this
you
episode.
for Zakia, our gorgeous Gen Z fellow.
Who wrote this research and then was like, I can't be in the room when you're talking about this.
For the research, and Rob for the sound teching, and Olivia for the editing, and all of you for listening. We will see you next week.
Boomer sound tech.
Rob, our boomer sound tech. Yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye, love you.